Yo, what's good, everybody? Good morning, good morning. Good morning. How we doing? How was yesterday? Yesterday was pretty good. And IVF, we had a massive squeezer. We had a few other plays that went pretty well. Right? We had Pally go pretty nuts in pre-market. We nailed that. And a few other runners, right? So I'm happy with where we're at from starting the week off. Right? But yeah, let's start off with. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, G-Man. Glad it was good. Let's start off with BOF, right? What are we doing on BOF? What's the plan looking like? All right, so first I'm gonna screenshot this daily gainer list. All right, updated 12 seconds ago. Okay, so we updated 12 seconds ago. Now the top gainers are CSEE with 28 million volume, right? So I just got a question here in chat. What scanner do you use? Okay, so here's the scanner that I'm using right now, 28 million shares. You guys can see this is within the Discord, right? Otherwise, you can use, I have trade ideas that I use as well. You can use it, your broker as well. So there's a few things that you can do. And yeah, just a little FYI. Just want to get that out the way. All right, so my top watch is going to be that BOF right now. Let me show you guys why. So I'm already in 1,000 shares at 195. I'm playing a little bit smaller size here in pre-market, right? I just like to make pre-market as like a cushion, right? More so like I'm not going to go in 10,000 shares in pre-market, okay? I'm going to go in 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, try to make 200 bucks, 300 bucks, make a little cushion in pre-market so that even if I do take a loss into open or just at open or whatever, I still have cushion to come down, right? So I use pre-market as like a cushion and not necessarily like trying to make my full daily goal, right? Because pre-market isn't that hot these days. So first thing I'm gonna do is, I like the setup here, right? We have a wedge forming, right? I like that we have a lot of buyers here. I think we might need to retest this demand zone, right? Maybe. If we keep getting weaker and weaker, we might have to come back and test this demand zone. This would be an A plus entry. This would be an A plus entry right here. right? But I am taking this. I am trading it right now at 195 with stops in place, mental stops, right? So what I'm looking for on the weekly, or let's go to the daily first, okay? So on the daily, right, we see that we have this big demand zone. So we come down and start from 140. So we're going to mark that out. We're going to mark out that demand zone. We're going to mark out 250 because that's where the candle close was, okay? And then we're going to mark out the high of 360. All right, these are all significant levels, very significant levels. Now, in between that, we have some levels too, 195, that if we hold this, we go to 250, right? So let's see how we're looking right now. Okay, all right, so here's the demand zone. Here's this demand zone. So we've already started off from this level, right? We've already started off from this level. Now we have to get to 248. I think that getting to 248 is necessary, especially if you start off here within this demand. When we go to the daily chart, we need to grab this liquidity before we come back down, right? Before we come back down, we need to do this right here, right? That's what they need to do. They need to grab liquidity and then come back down. So either we grab liquidity and make a higher low here, or we grab liquidity and come back. But I remember we talked about HUBC a few weeks back, right? And we said that we need to grab liquidity, and that's exactly what happened. The key level on that one was 166. It grabbed liquidity, and then it came down. All right, so I think that if we do make 248 support, then we have room to 360, right? Because just playing from level to level. If we make 248 support, we're going to ride all the way from here to here. Okay, and we're going to grab liquidity here, take all that out, and then come back down. Okay, let's look on Pally yesterday. You guys understand that liquidity? Let's look at Pally yesterday. On the daily chart on Pally, you guys can see that same concept here. We break over this wick, grab liquidity, and come back all the way down, right? Grab liquidity over the high wick. So what was it? BOF. We grab liquidity over this level, come all the way back down. So this tells us that we do have some room to run, right? We have not topped out. And that's why I'm in BOF. Even if we go to the weekly, right, we can mark out this little buy zone. I like this. This is what I had marked out. This area of buyers, right? We should be able to hold this level and then go to like 260s. That's what I'm looking at. So once we candle close over this level, kind of, actually break out, pull back into it, I'd be looking for a nice bullish move. That makes sense? You guys understand what's going on here? What we want to see is something like this on the zone. Okay? I hope this all makes sense. There should be a pretty clear understanding on what's going on with the market structure here, right? We see a lot of selling pressure, right? We see a lot of selling pressure volume. So sellers are sitting here. Now, one thing to remember is that they're not that aggressive, right? They haven't completely wiped out the move. So what I'm thinking another scenario could be is either, fully breakout, or we come back down, grab liquidity here, and send it back up and wipe the seller out. Just remember that we have to wipe the seller out. All right. So if we came down close to it, either we grab liquidity here, then go, or we just break out. Now, from a risk perspective, what would be a higher risk reward trade? Trade number 1, which is right here, or trade number 2? I would say trade number 2, right? Because we grab liquidity, we hit stop losses, and then make that move up. That would be the bigger move potential. All right. You asked the news on BOF. They have news. I'll show you right here. Our bot gives that too. Right here. Third contract with nation's largest retail. 8 million in gains. Annualized gains. All right, so that's that. BOF is set up. We know what we're doing. Don't consider my position a large position or anything for pre-market. Like I said, I like to have cushion, so don't depend on that, right? Let's see. AMST next on the watch. Let me delete these lines so I don't get scared and market open. AMST. All right, let's check this out. So AMST, all right, right off the bat, it looks a little bit extended to me, right? It looks a little bit like extended to me. Let me show you guys why, like right off the bat. The reason for that is because what we like to see before a massive move like this, right? We don't want to break out here. We want to reject here. We want to consolidate, grab all the liquidity here, make a wedge, break out of that wedge, and then go. So it's super healthy, okay? That's what we want to see. Instead, we saw a massive breakout, right? We broke this high, came back down, broke a high again, and then we came back down, and then we rejected this high, right? Do you guys understand the market structure here? Higher high, higher low, higher high. There should be a higher low, which there is, right? We have that higher low, but then we don't make a higher high. Is that clear? We don't make a higher high. So basically, what we have is this right here. All right, we make this. Kind of like higher high. All right, we start here, higher high, higher high, higher low, higher low, higher low. And then we switch trend. All right, and then we switch trend. We don't make a higher high here anymore. So that's the key level. Now we start downtrending. All right, we start downtrending. And then now we have broken out that, right? So we're in complete chop right now. So is this an A+ setup right now? No. Is this clear direction? No. All right, so this is like, let's just wait it out. Let's see what happens. So just based off of levels, let's go to the daily chart. Let me take these away. We're at 322 right now. All right, what's one thing we talked about on Pally? What did we talk about on Pally? Get ready. Let's compare the two charts, all right? If you guys are actually ready to understand this, this is big. Look, Pally, let's see. All right, watch this. On Pally, we said yesterday we broke over the wick on the daily, grabbed liquidity, right? We grabbed all the stop losses and boom, all the way down to 560. Let's look at that a little bit intraday. We grab liquidity, boom, all the way back down. What's happening here? Let's go to the daily on AMST now. What's happening here? Same thing, right? We grab liquidity over 340, right? We grab liquidity over 340. It hasn't made a boom down yet. So I'd be watching $3. I would be watching $3 whole level. If it holds that level, we come back and then maybe break out. So that's the level I'll be watching because it hasn't made a complete boom down yet, right? So if it does reject into open again, it's probably going to get a knife down to 3, right? So this is a high risk trade into open. You want to wait for dips. You want to wait for dips on this one. I hope that's clear. We compared Pally and we compared AMST, and they're very similar on the dailies. BOF is looking good. We just got a nice soaker off 182, which is the bottom of the zone. Ready? Watch this. Watch this. Look at that. Right, we have a nice hold here on support. I like that. Hopefully we can break out of 202. We'll see. But anyway, what's next? Let's look at the scanner. TPET's running on PR. CYTO is running. Let's look at TPET. This is an oil play, so this might light TPET plays. What does PR mean on the PR on the scan? It means press release, right? We have the guide right here. Hold up. I didn't screenshot that, but here's the key. There's the key on the bottom. So PR means press release, AR is analyst rating, SF is SEC filing. All right, so there you go. So let's look at the next one, TPET. So there's not that much volume here. Now, if we just look at the buying pressure volume and seller pressure volume, if you guys remember, we like to look for shorts getting trapped and buyers getting trapped, okay? Shorts getting trapped and buyers getting trapped. Same thing right here. We look for sellers getting trapped right here. This would be my ideal entry on TPET. Not sure if we get it. We might just bounce off this demand zone, right? So we'll mark these out. But this demand zone is old resistance. All right, so you guys can see the volume on this. This is insane selling pressure volume, right? So we completely reject, eventually break out, grab all the liquidity here. So now the A plus pullback would be a pullback either into this level, which is like still good, or we completely pull back into this level, grab liquidity, and make a full-blown reversal to high day, right? That makes sense? That's the plan on TPET. Either this level for a move probably up to like 46, okay, or a pullback into 40s for a move up to 52. That should be pretty clear. All right, next one. What do we have next? Let's look at the daily chart here. Actually, we haven't done that because I know these. I think these levels are marked out from the daily, but let's check that out. All right, so from the daily, we're sitting here. We look for sellers getting trapped. So once again, we would be looking for a pullback into like 39s. So my level still remains valid. My level over here still remains valid. You guys see that on the daily? We just got this daily chart level where sellers are going to get trapped at 39. We go back to intraday. That's the same level that TPET held right now, 39. Make that move, right? So I would say that this level right here that we have is probably the most A plus setup you'll get. Like I said, off this we might get a bounce, but this is where you want, really want. I use TradingView for analysis. I use it throughout the day as well, but I actually execute on Webull. That's where my execution is. There we go, BOF. There we go, BOF. Come on, baby. You guys know I'm in this, so we guys had it on stream all the way down to 182 dips. Now we're up to 210, so everyone should be making some money. Just holding on to it. We'll see what happens. Looks like HSCS is on the run. We just came on the scanner. Ooh, big run. See, I don't like trading these pennies. I don't like trading these pennies that much. I'm not a fan of super micro 10 cent, 20 cent pennies. For swings, yeah. But for day trading, it's so tough to trade. Like JAGX, super tough to trade. And it's just not my, I don't focus on that. Because you don't get these runners all day, right? We mostly have low float stocks that are running from price range of $2 to $10. So that's what I really like to focus on. But the news looks good here. Let's see. Fundamental pattern by European Patent Office government hard using AI. Heart disease. Notice how I'm not completely reading the news. I kind of skim it, right? I look for keywords. So heart disease. I'm looking for FDA, or I'm looking for like the dollar signs, right? I'm looking for okay, there you go. Is it 25 billion per year by 2032? Something like that's interesting, so I'll read around it now, right? That's how I'm analyzing news. See 25 billion, I'm like, oh shit, that's a lot of money, right? So I'm like, okay, let me read around that. Long-term play here. Nice. Anyway, we'll keep it on watch. But what questions do you guys have for me today? Right, we got some stuff on the scans that we just went over. There's a few more that I'm watching. But if you guys want to do some recaps, we can kind of check some charts out. Okay, CYTO news completely dumped. I hate playing these reversals. But maybe if it comes down to like 160, right, grab liquidity below the initial start of day and then take a nice position. We'll see. That's cool right there. Do we have a coupon code for premium? You guys can check this link out right here. And there's a 7-day free trial going on right now to trade with me. What's it called? WISA. There's a 7-day free trial in chat. All right, WISA, I like the chart. We know that this is a recent reverse split, right? We know that this is a freaking crazy mover when it runs, like yesterday, right? When it runs, it loves to run. We caught this whole move from the bottom, caught the whole squeeze. What I'd be looking for is going to the daily chart, right? Because there's a lot of action. So let's look at the daily chart. Pre-market's up here. Simply marking out my zone. Oh, simply marking out my zone right here, okay? Let's see where that aligns on the intraday, right? We have a buying pressure zone right here. We have buyers before that move up. We're looking for kind of that same thing to flip into support. Breakout, retest, and move, okay? So let's see how it looks out on the intraday. What's more, I got a question. What's more tradable? What's more What's more important, daily levels or intraday levels? Both. We actually talked about this on live trading yesterday. What's more important? So I use intraday levels as like, intraday levels and daily levels are both important. So we talked about internal liquidity and external liquidity, right? So daily level is going to be my final price target. For example, first I'll get back to that, but on WISA, just watch for a breakout and retest into this zone. That's what I'd be looking for, along with this downtrend break. All right, it's on lower volume right now, but I still see it. Still see it setting up. So watch for that on WISA. The top zone is 566. Anyway, BOF, right? Daily zones. All right, we're holding this daily zone now, by the way. Now on daily zones, these are bigger picture trades, right? These are bigger picture trades. MDAI just had news. These are bigger picture trades, okay? So we're looking for, if it holds 246, I'm looking for a price target of 360. That's what the daily chart tells me. The daily chart tells me, hey, this is insane move left to the upside. But what the intraday tells me is that, hey, don't be stupid. Don't hold your full position because there's still resistance here. There's still resistance here. There's still resistance here. Bigger picture, sure, we can end up at 360. We might even go to 360. But being a smart trader, you want to scale off along the way up. You want to take risk off the table. Because imagine being up $1,000 and then it comes back down and you're break even or even red. Mentally, that's like, wow. Until you get to a certain level where $1,000 is not a lot, right? Or like, you're just trading with 100K shares on these daily, that's nuts. I used to do that back in COVID, not right now. But you guys understand daily levels versus intraday levels. It gives you a bigger picture, while intraday gives you like, hey, intraday, if we hold this 2.5 level, how it bases off this 2.5, then we can go to 3.6, right? Intraday levels give you a better guide, while daily levels are more bigger picture in this. Hope that makes sense. MDAI news. We know that this one loves to run super low float. Let's check out the daily chart. $2. I'll look. I like this. Let's look at the weekly first. There's a lot of noise here. $2. I love these. I love these wicks right here. I love that wick right there. See, if we hold this wick kind of base off of 203, all right, what would price target be? Simply, all right, based off of levels and everything you just learned, what is price target here? Off of this right here. It's making it super easy for everyone. This, I'm giving you the candle. From playing level to level, right? The price target would be, talking about from level to level, kind of helping y'all out. Right here, this level, 272. That's where final PT is. Right? That's where we would look for, because level to level, right? We hold this level, we're going here. Now, obviously, you don't want to be stupid and just hold the whole way, right? The whole way, but you can still hold a good, once you know that thesis, you can hold a core position, right? You can have, let's just say you have 500, like 1,000 shares core position. You start scaling off slowly on the way up, right? You hold like a 500 core and you trade around that. That's how you trade a core. All right. But that's how level to level trading works. AMST getting a pop. We're going to see how this 341 reacts. Just remember that this is a massive level from the daily and the weekly. So we might just break out and retest. I would look for this right here. And we might just grab liquidity here into open. I don't think there's that much room to run here. I don't think there's that much room to run on AMST. So just be careful. Right? We've already extended and opened up so much that we have, look at this gap right here. Look at this gap. We have so much room just to fill. Imagine all the orders sitting here on the level 2 and the book map. Imagine all the orders that are sitting here. That would be nuts, right? Compared to something like BOF, where like all the orders are getting accumulated, right? This is accumulation. All right, so CZOO today? I don't know. Let's see. I'll have it on watch. I think it's setting up decently. When I posted the chart yesterday, I was just showing that like, hey, this is a good setup. Some people were asking me like, oh, are you long on CZOO overnight? No, I'm not long on CZOO. I'm a day trader, right? I'm like if I have a swing, I'll mention a swing, right? But if I'm I'm primarily a day trader. So if I'm mentioning, I was just recapping on that setup. But anyway, this is the setup on CZOO. This is actually a very nice setup, right? Bigger picture, right? Controlled walk down right here. We get a triple top into here. All right, we get a triple top into here. Controlled walk down by algos. When we see a control walk down, you know, that's typically a sign of another push back up, either on day 1 or day 2. And this is, I like to see this. This is actually pretty good. So we'll look for hopefully a dip back down here into the zone. Probably not though. We'll see. Let's look at the daily chart. We're sitting here at 855 on the daily. Perfect setup for this wick right here, right? Perfect setup for this wick right here for the map move up. All right, so this would be the zone. So based off the daily zone, we still need to get over this $9. So what we would look for on CZO before just rushing for an entry. That's where daily zones come in, right? You guys see that? This is what you want to look for. This is what you hold. This is what you make that move up. All right, on CZO. Oh wow, AMST, yeah, trapping shorts for sure. For sure. Good trade if you guys took it. Not my style. Not one that I would take. Too risky into open. What else is there? Mark out a zone here for order block. Just because. All right. Okay. I think we're good. I think we've pretty much recapped all the nice runners. I'm about to close the stream, get on voice. I'm about to open my trade ideas and, you know, start recapping, and we'll see what we get into open. We have around 12, 13 minutes, right? So if we do get a pullback on 340, that might be a good opportunity off that daily level, but we'll see how it sets up, right? Now it's a little bit more interesting, better risk reward, right? So we'll look for something like that. All right, for continuation to open up now. So we broke structure here now. This is a break of structure. All right, so we broke previous highs, broke out of major resistance from the daily. Now we could start to open up on dips, right? Yeah, I hope you guys learned something from the stream. I want you guys to go recap the stream as well later if you guys, you know, want to kind of renew some concepts. If you guys want to renew some concepts, let me know in the comments in my YouTube videos, right? I'm uploading YouTube videos every 2-3 days. So whatever questions you guys have, ask in there. Make sure you guys subscribe, right? Turn on the post notification bell. Drop a like on the stream. And make sure you guys, if you want to come trade with me, mmlinks.co/7days, 7-day free trial right now. I'm about to hop on live trading right now. We crush it every single day. You will absolutely love it. Come trade with me. And if you guys enjoy these streams, make sure to keep tuning in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Other than that, it's been Minnie. Peace out.